What is up, YouTube? My name is Chad. This is the Wisco Motor channel, and today is paint day on the Hobie Motorcat. You can see behind me here, I have some Sunburst Yellow ready to go on the hulls. I am using cheap, regular old Rust-Oleum. It's just a regular enamel. I decided not to go with the really expensive topside paints that you would normally use on boat projects. I did use topside paint on the tugboat. However, this thing, I'm looking to get on the water really cheap with this thing. So I'm not looking to, I think I mentioned it in the last video, I'm not building a show queen here. It's not gonna win any awards. It's totally meant just for fun, to go out and have some drinks and enjoy floating on the water in a very open way. So I've got the hulls primed. You saw in the last video, they are behind me here, ready for paint. And I'm gonna put on the Sunburst Yellow today. I have 2 quarts of Sunburst Yellow. I think that will be plenty because the amount of surface area that's on these hulls, probably pretty close, maybe a little bit more than the tugboat. And I didn't use, I bought 1 coat of black and 1 coat, I bought 1 quart of black, 1 quart of red, and I didn't use but half of each of those. So I think 2 quarts of yellow going on these hulls will be just fine. I don't know if this is gonna take 1 coat or 2 coats, but whatever it takes is what it takes. If I need to buy more, they're like $9 or something like that, so not a big deal. So I'm gonna set the camera up and let's put on some paint. All right, so I've got a little 3-inch roller. I'm gonna apply the entire coat with a 3-inch roller. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna turn the football game back on, so enjoy the music. All right, it's looking pretty good so far. It's definitely gonna take 2 coats. There is, I can see primer through yellow. You can see it pretty easily here, I think, maybe not. Anyway, it will take 2 coats. So I'm not gonna record the entire painting process. Obviously you just saw the paint going on fast forward. That's all I'm gonna do for the rest of the time out here. Plus I'm gonna be working on the other side, so you're not gonna see anything anyway. So I'll show you the final result before I pull the tape off. The first coat is now done. And I'll just take a walk around here to show you how the first coat looks. You can see better over here in this light where you can still see the primer through the yellow. So it's definitely gonna require 2 coats. On this first pass, I used just over 1 quart, which means I have probably 7/8 of a quart left, which will be plenty to do the second coat. It'll take much less paint to do the second coat. So everything's good there. I'm a little bit bummed about my roller where I started. You can see there's just flecks of fuzz in the paint, and there's nothing I can do about it now except sand it. Everything has a nice glossy first coat inside and out. I will obviously have to move the hulls forward or backwards to finish getting the paint where it's resting on the sawhorses here, but everything looks real good. I did preserve the, ooh, got some runs there. Run the roller over that in a second. But I did preserve the hull ID on this side really well. This side, I had to wipe the paint off, but you can still see it. So I'm really happy with how this is turning out. It's super bright yellow, and it's gonna be it's gonna look really, really good. I will tell you why I painted this yellow at the end of this video. But for now, halfway through, this is what it looks like. I am gonna have to let this sit for 24 hours. It's chilly in here. Right now, 57 degrees. I'm gonna turn the heater back on, warm it up, but it's still gonna take just a little while to cure. The can does say to recoat, wait 24 hours after fully dry. It's dry to the touch in 2 to 4. You can handle it in 5 to 9. But you know, we're coming into the Christmas break here. So I'm off work and got plenty of time and I don't need to rush this. So we'll let this sit for a day. I'll crank the heater back up here in just a minute, get it back up to around 70, 75 in here so the paint can have a nice, nice dry or nice temperature for drying. And we'll come back to this tomorrow. Next day, it's Monday after Christmas, and I'm going to, I wasn't gonna sand, but I'm really not liking the pieces of fuzz that were left behind by my roller. So I'm gonna go over the hull very quickly and just knock down the high spots with some 400 grit, sandpaper, spray it off with water, let it dry, and then do the second coat. And I think that'll be good. The second coat of paint should cover any low imperfections, but I just want to knock off the high stuff. And I'm not going to remove any color, just real gentle, real light sanding. Okay, I've got the yellow sanded. You can still see where some of the flecks of well, I guess fuzz, whatever you want to call it, are underneath the paint, but they're nice and smooth now. So I'll be able to paint over those and might still barely be able to see them, but for the most part, I think they're gonna be gone after the second coat goes on. So time to shake up the can and finish the second coat. I'm gonna try a 6-inch foam brush for the second coat, or foam roller, I should say. Obviously, it's not gonna leave any pieces of fuzz behind, but I don't know the type of coverage I'm gonna get with this. So I'm just gonna try it out and see if it works. I might switch back to the 3-inch roller, but we're gonna give this a try and see what happens. So this looks pretty good on camera from this distance. I'm actually thinking this might require a third coat, which means I'm gonna have to order more paint, unfortunately. Get a little closer and you can see it's not covering as well as I thought it would. Top looks a little better, but I'm not real happy with the coverage on the sides. So I have enough to do both of these holes to finish them out, but I think I'm gonna end up ordering another quart and put a third coat on. And that's unfortunate because I really wanted to take the tape off and see how the stripes look. Actually, I may do that anyway, because if I put 3 coats on, I'm afraid I might rip some of the paint. So after this coat is done, I may pull the tape off and then retape it. We'll see. This looks so good. Now this is just 2 coats. I don't know if I'm gonna do a third coat or not. I'm just gonna wait and see how this dries, how it looks tomorrow. But I went ahead and pulled the painter's tape off just because I was a little bit afraid that I was gonna tearing some of the paint. So before the second coat fully cured, I pulled the painter's tape off, and I love how this looks. Absolutely love it. I love that the stripes right here are flaking away. Same thing there. They're not perfect. That's the character that I was looking for in repainting these holes. Scratches, missing pieces of striping on both sides. And it looks really good. Actually, you can see as I move fairly quickly along here, you can see right in that area, it's a little bit, it's a little thin maybe. I don't know how it's gonna look after it actually fully cures tomorrow, but you can see it. So it might need a third coat. And in that case, I will mask off the stripes again. But I was just really afraid that I was gonna end up tearing paint and removing the painter's tape. So I love it. I absolutely love it. Love how this looks. I'll go ahead and explain why I painted this yellow. And if you have little kids in the room, I'm not gonna say anything offensive here or use bad language or anything, but what I'm gonna name this boat is kind of a term that you may not want your kids to know about yet. I don't know. But the idea is because the holes are shaped like a banana, I painted it yellow. It has a trampoline that goes in the middle. It kind of acts as a hammock. You can see where I'm going here. The name of this boat is going to be the Banana Hammock. Now, I think it's hilarious. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think people are just going to laugh when they see this thing on the water and see the banana hammock on the side of the on the side of the hulls as we go motoring by on a tailgate canopy covered Hobie Motorcat. So that's why I painted it yellow. This is now the banana hammock, although no lettering or anything is on it yet, but I think it's gonna be awesome. So we'll see what happens. I may end up putting a third coat on this. If it looks like I need to put a third coat on it tomorrow after it cures, I'll order another quart. I didn't use all of the 2 quarts that I did order. There's still a little bit left in there. Not much, but there is a little bit left. If I do a third coat, I will need a third quart. So I may actually just go in and order that tonight just so I have it, so I'm not delayed. But because I really do want to get as much done as I can over the Christmas break on this boat. So I'm thrilled. I absolutely love it. I love the colors. I love the yellow. I love the stripes. It's awesome. So looking at it in the light here the next day, very, very happy with this. I don't think I'm gonna do a third coat. I did order another quart of yellow last night just in case. But looking at it today, I mean, I think the coverage looks great. Might be a couple of little areas where you might be able to see some bleed through right there, but I mean, really, unless you're looking at it super close, you're not gonna see it. And this thing's gonna get beat up anyway. It's gonna be a party boat, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So, time to move on to the next step, which will be putting the trampoline back on. That'll be in the next video. But for now, thanks for watching this episode of painting the hulls of the Hobie Motorcat. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, send me some comments. And if you want to be notified when I post new videos like this one, hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time on the Wisco Boater channel. Happy holidays, everybody, and happy boating.